course, there a significant flooding there at Festival Park. Elena, good morning.
Good morning to you, Barbara and John. Yeah, still seeing this extensive flooding. There is water really gushing in some parts here where we are giving you a live look right now. This is along Ray Avenue, Festival Park. And if we pan the camera over in that direction, let me just give you an idea how far this flooding does stretch. It's going through parking lots, places where people would put their cars. There's also streets that are underwater, not only Ray Avenue, but some of the side branching streets here. I will say that the water is receding slowly. You can tell that through these little this mark right here where you see some of the debris, how far up at one point it was pushing, but it's starting to move back a little bit. And you know, I really was taken aback earlier to see these kind of ripple marks in the roadway. You know, you normally see these at the beach, these ripples caused there by the waves coming in and coming out, but we're seeing that here along Ray Avenue, some of the sand making its way really far into the street. And I want to show you also, I'm going to take you up a little bit around this water where it is flooding. We've been seeing a lot of people coming by here taking pictures, videos as well. It is racing a little bit more in this direction where we're walking over right now, but just look, because it was a little worse earlier on this morning. This fencing had stretched all the way across, and you can see that there is a large chunk that has now been flipped on its side. So that is now down under the water. You can't really see that fencing, but that was standing up at one point. It just shows you how strong this water was. Cross Creek is right here, so that is swelling, causing this flooding in this particular area. If we pan the camera just a little bit over, you can kind of see how expansive, again, it is. There are businesses nearby. I spoke with one branch manager who tells me he did have all of his employees move their cars to higher ground because he was concerned how far out this water would go and if it would hit their vehicles. We have seen, not recommended, but we've seen it. We've seen some people walking through the water, and in the middle part of Ray Avenue, the water there was hitting just above their knees. So that gives you perspective how high this water is standing right now. Perhaps you can even hear it. I'm going to put my microphone up to it so you can get an idea. It's going. It is moving fast. So this is certainly not something you want to drive through. You can't. There are barricades on either side of the bridge right now. There are also Fayetteville officials who are standing nearby, keeping a close watch, making sure nobody drives through. So that is the latest we're seeing here in Fayetteville, where there is that extensive flooding. We're live in Fayetteville. Elena Athens, ABC 11 Eyewitness News.
Elena, is that what you were saying to somebody who was walking through all that water? Don't do that again. I think I heard you say that.
I said, please don't do that again. They were walking around, looking at the storm damage. They said they were trying to figure out. So they were, I'll show you, because there's the county library. They said they were trying to get to the county library to see if that was open. Perhaps, I don't know, pick up a book. The library is closed today. So that's why they said they were making that kind of trek through. But I did. I said, do not do that again. They had their shoes off, sneakers in hand. They were rolling up their pants. Look, I'm just reporting what I'm seeing out here. I'm not recommending to do that. Certainly do not walk through this water.
You never know what's in there. All right, Elena Athens, live for us in Fayetteville. Elena, thank you.
Okay, and our team coverage continues now in Chapel Hill. Anthony Wilson is there. Anthony, there were reports of some evacuations in Chapel Hill. Do you know anything about that?
Yeah, they're happening here at Camelot Village. First, let me set the scene where we are right now. This is in Chapel Hill. Right over here, what you see now is the very boiling, metaphorically, boiling creek. And right next to that, you see those cars going by. That is Estes Drive. But that's not the point. Look how high the creek is there. Look behind me. It's right next to these apartments here at the Camelot Village. And it's really interesting to see what's happening here because, as you said, people have been asked to evacuate. Roll the video. They are looking at places here on the property, including the clubhouse, where they're asking people to go when they're inside their homes that are perilously close to where the water has gone over the banks of the creek and is getting close to homes. Now, we spoke with the property manager who walked up to us while we were in the middle of shooting all this, and here's what she told us.
We're just putting, they're not sandbags are like gel bags, and they'll raise up with water. So we're going to try to use those on the front doors to kind of create a flood door. And then we've got the HVAC systems that are low to the ground, and we're going to try to cover those for the folks that are not here. Otherwise, we don't want to burn up the units. Right. Although if it floods, they're not going to work anyway. Anyway, so we're doing our best to try to keep the water from coming in.
And we're back live now. You're looking at some of the people who are coming out and going into this property. As we've heard many times, when you see standing water, don't drive through it. That truck took a chance. We had to get out of there and get to higher ground because even though we're in a pretty tall vehicle, we didn't want to get stuck either. But again, look over here one more time at that portion of the property. We've seen people wading through this water. We are told that they have been asked to evacuate. It's not mandatory. And they are asking them to get somewhere away from here until the water finally goes down. But again, John and Barbara, it is not the first time that this creek has flooded at this location.